I regret to inform you that another creator I thought I liked has revealed themselves to be an enormous, embarrassing hypocrite. Why does this keep happening? I feel like I went a good 10 years not being seriously disappointed in anyone. And then late last year, everyone decided to just reveal themselves to be giant assholes all of a sudden. Like there's some good person cosplay subscription service that suddenly went under. Or maybe I've just been paying attention more. Or maybe there was a magical personality shifting amulet that someone found and threw in a volcano, leaving a handful of people exposed as absolute chuckle fucks. Allegedly. Please don't sue me, Blair Jean, aka Illuminaughtii. All right, I'm pretty sure we share a similar audience, but just in case you don't know who Illuminaughtii is, she has an absolutely enormous channel here on YouTube where she posts hundreds of video essays, most of which critically examine pyramid schemes and other companies that engage in immoral or shady practices. And I was one of her 1.7 million subscribers, though she put out so much content that there's no way I've seen even 1% of her videos. I guess that she has an entire team of writers and editors working for her, which it's the exact opposite of this operation. But I mean, that's fine, right? Like it seemed like she was doing good work. And it all seemed pretty well researched. So from my perspective, she was just a really successful person exposing scams, which that's great, right? But a few months ago, I noticed a really weird tweet from Blair. She accused another YouTuber known as LegalEagle of plagiarizing her channel's video editing style. LegalEagle has even more subscribers than Blair, and the editing style she called out has been used by a million other editors over the years. It was so weird. So I clicked through to see what I was missing, and I found I wasn't the only one who was baffled. In fact, I saw another prominent YouTuber I like, H-Bomber Guy, asking her what she meant by all of this, and then following that up with an example of what seemed to be Illuminaughtii directly plagiarizing Brian Deere from one of his documentaries in a video she did about anti-vaxxers. LegalEagle responded very nicely, explaining that that style has been used by them for several years before her channel, and it's just not a big deal. She subsequently deleted her accusation without any public explanation or apology. And I found the whole thing just really cringy and embarrassing. So that's actually the point where I unsubscribed from her because, I mean, an apparent plagiarist falsely accusing someone of plagiarism and then not even apologizing, that's just not a person I really care to support. But I did wonder, like, oh, am I being too much? Like, everybody makes mistakes, right? It occurred to me that maybe I should resubscribe. And so it was kind of in the back of my head. But the story did not end there. It actually went down this completely ridiculous path. I mean, just hold on. Now, a lot of what I'm about to say is going to sound like drama. And I know that's not what you're here for. You're here for the science and the critical thinking and stuff. And this just seems like a bunch of losers fighting each other. So why should we care? But I assure you, it is something you should care about if you have ever supported Illuminaughtii or if you care about people in positions of power abusing that power, or if you care about freedom of speech and weaponizing the law in order to silence criticism. A few days after the LegalEagle thing, former collaborators of Illuminauttii's began opening up about their own experiences with her, and they were pretty bad. So Sad Milk was this channel started by a group of creators, including Illuminaughtii, One Topic, The Click, Oz Media, and Wonderstruck, and some others. Those latter four all posted separate Twitter threads that backed up one another's accounts, alleging that Blair was lashing out at friends and fans, showing paranoia and generally poor anger management, spreading lies, vague subtweets or shady Reddit posts, deleting criticism, blocking former collaborators, starting fights but almost never publicly apologizing if proven wrong. Oz specifically went on to say she will instead hide behind a private apology probably, and from my perspective, act as though this makes everything better. After all, she would express to me that admitting error would only make her look stupid and weak. Which is funny because 4 days later, Blair revealed that she had in fact sent LegalEagle a private apology, presumably thinking that made it all better, which it totally would have if she had also made a private accusation. But okay, whatever. As for her response to the accusations from her former collaborators, Blair decided to make an entire video about it, and that popped up on my YouTube feed. And so I decided to watch it because I thought, oh, here we go. She's going to apologize or show she's being unfairly maligned. I can resub. We'll all move on. Friends, I will link to the video out of fairness. As always, you can find it in the transcript linked below on my Patreon. But I recommend you don't watch it because, watch it if you need to, if you need to double check what I'm saying here. But just a warning, it's disgusting. Now, not the whole video. The whole video isn't too bad. Like, she addressed the allegations of her plagiarizing Brian Deere by explaining that she was actually quoting Deere in her video, but she apologized for failing to make that obvious and said, she's gotten better at this over the years, which, okay, fine. She then moves on to the allegations from her former collaborators, and she immediately blames her poor behavior on being stressed out because she was the one doing all of the hard work on the channel. It's a real, what's your greatest weakness? My greatest weakness is I'm too nice. I'm too much of a hard worker. It's, kind of putting her, it's kind of excusing her bad behavior. But then she goes on to basically detail what she sees as the bad behavior of her collaborators. For instance, she says that the Click had a Discord channel where he allowed child groomers. The Click responded to this later, showing that he was made aware of a pedo on his Discord who had been banned by his moderators while he was asleep because the whole thing happened in the middle of the night. He also showed convincing evidence that Blair created a sock puppet in order to dox, insult, and harass the former Sad Milk members on Reddit and Twitter and elsewhere. And it's pretty damning. It looks like she did that.
Here is Illuminaughtii having a conversation with the same admin, sharing the same kind of, dirt-digging old videos that we've seen previously in this video. And she says, 16 seconds, the alt account is gonna love this. In the next screenshot, you can see her writing out a draft. I saw in the Sad Milk announcement of all the milkmen. Now I'm seeing the comments. We all agree it's obviously not on good terms. Blair tweeting about being stabbed in the back, etc., etc. This draft matches with one of the posts made by an alt account called Doobie Schmertz on Reddit, and this is the entirety of the post. This is the truth about Sad Milk. It really looks like creative differences is dumb AF. Blair tweeting about being stabbed in the back, one topic, leaving his supporter server, and then so on and so forth, and I was a big fan of the Click. I thought his streams were great, blah, blah, blah. But then I think Blair saw some of his streams. He did a stream where he watched some of his old videos. So this is actually Blair on an alt account making the claims that Blair must have seen some of his old videos randomly. She totally wasn't paying people to dig up dirt. This is her on an alt account, spreading misinformation and trying to enhance her own image. Here's another little funny post from the same account where she forgot to switch accounts and interacting with the Animal Crossing subreddit, at least according to Oz. Here it keeps going. Hey, listen, Blair, I'm putting this all together. What kind of cover-up is this? Click was saying these bad things, created differences. Click is a liar. And not to claim someone topic is friends with someone while pretending to be wholesome and good. This is all Blair replying to her own announcement under an alt account.
But the worst part of Blair's video was her response to Wonderstruck, which is why I'm urging you to not watch the video. She claimed that she gave him a job, a house, and a car, but that he failed to meet a deadline and was let go. In Wonderstruck's response, he shows receipts that indicate that he was fired before his deadline, also reveals that Blair was going to be his landlord to him and other Sad Milk collaborators, like some kind of weird company town she was making, and that she chose a brand new luxury car for him where she would own the title until he paid for 2 years of the payments. So she basically would control every aspect of his life, which is concerning. But then for some reason in Blair's video, she reveals that Wonder had mental health issues, and she shows a message he sent her revealing that According to him, in his message, he says that her abuse of him, treating him as an emotional punching bag, led him to consider suicide. And I wouldn't even talk about this here with his name involved, had her video not already racked up more than 1 million views, and had Wonder not made his own video it's honestly heartbreaking. And if you're interested in the details of all this, I recommend you watch it. And look, I have unfortunately dealt with a number of loved ones who have made these kinds of threats. There's no one size fits all way to deal with it, though my personal practice is to treat every threat as a real one and to inform authorities immediately, as Blair apparently did, even though it didn't appear to me to be a threat, but instead a description of a past attempt that Wonder had made, but that his therapist had called him and basically talked him out of it, and that he was in a better place now. But one way I would say you don't deal with a person's description of struggling with suicidal ideation is to randomly show it to 1 million people on your YouTube channel as a response to that person confirming someone else's accusations of your own abusive behavior. To make matters worse, Blair suggests that Wonder brought up the idea of him accessing a gun as a threat towards her. And that's why she called the police on him, basically. When it was really clear, like in the screenshot she posted, he was talking about hurting himself. The whole thing is it's so upsetting to me. I'm leaving a lot of details out because there are so many. There's so much here. And if you want to get into the nitty gritty, I've linked the videos from Click and Wonder. At least, while those videos are still available, I recommend you watch them, because all of this brings me to the final cherry on top. In response to Wonder's thorough debunking of her video, Blair apparently issued him a cease and desist, asking him to take down his Twitter thread and his video. And that's the point where I finally decided I wanted to make this video, because my stance on this. A powerful person with millions of subscribers has absolutely no need to use legal threats to silence someone with 1/10 of the subscribers, unless that smaller channel is just out there broadcasting obviously libelous bullshit with zero evidence. And the only way that that's happening is if Wonder, along with Click and Oz and One Topic, are photoshopping fake Discord screenshots, fake plane tickets, fake bank statements, fake texts, and fake photos in a complicated conspiracy to ironically take down someone named Illuminaughtii. If that's the case, then I will very happily make another very public video apologizing. But until then, Occam's razor suggests that Illuminaughtii, instead of offering evidence to rebut her critics, is using legal threats to censor a person who honestly believes that she was manipulative and abusive towards him. And so far, this does seem to be the only person she's targeting, Wonderstruck, the person who's been most open about their mental health issues, stemming in part from his relationship with Illuminaughtii. Hey friends, post-production Rebecca here. I took too long to edit this video and put it up because Blair has now sent a cease and desist to Oz Media as well. Who knows what else will happen by the time I actually get this video uploaded. The fact that she's built her entire career on exposing people who are secretly abusive scammers just makes this entire thing far too hypocritical to ignore. And okay, so right before I recorded this video, YouTube recommended I watch this video from a creator named Swoop. It's very long, but I'm so glad I listened to it on 2x speed while I got ready this morning, because she revealed new to me information about Illuminaughtii. It's around the 1 hour 10 minute and 1 hour 40 minute marks. I'll try to sum it up here though. Blair's ex-boyfriend has also made a video reporting that he witnessed Blair doing all the same behaviors as these other people reported over the course of their relationship, both to him and to other people. Anger issues, lawsuit threats, petty fights, bullying. Only he didn't post his video after seeing all these other reports. He posted it 4 years ago. The other thing I missed previously was that Blair was once part of an anti-SJW humor channel, but at some point she started a big fight that led to her deleting all of the videos that featured her on that channel so that hardly any of that footage exists today.
Warren is unapologetically feminist, and if they don't like it, then I would love to drink their overprivileged male tears, okay?
Honestly, like after watching Swoop's video, I can't believe it, but I disliked Blair even more. She sounds like an absolute monster. So if you agree, I urge you to unsubscribe from Illuminaughtii and also go check out Wonder's GoFundMe. Legal battles, as you know, if you've been paying attention to this channel, they're incredibly expensive. And Wonder has stated that any excess money raised will be donated to the Trevor Project, an excellent charity that seeks to prevent suicide and self-harm amongst LGBTQIA youth. Also, check out those other Sad Milk Guys channels. One good result of all this, I lost one subscription, but I found some other really good, wholesome creators to follow. So, as always, all the links are in the transcript on my Patreon below. And my heart just really goes out to anyone who fell into Illuminautti's orbit and was damaged by her. I hope you're all doing okay and actually like finding some kind of happiness or strength in the fact that you're not alone as more and more people come out and talk about what she did to them. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you loved the video, please subscribe. And if you think the world could use more videos like this and you happen to have a few bucks laying around, head to patreon.com/Rebecca and join an awesome community of nerds like the people whose names you see on the screen right now. Thanks. Enjoying the day?